wanted to talk a little bit about Doreen Virtue today. Now, first off, I want to say that I'm aware of the article that just came out, Doreen's A to Z guide on New Age practices and why they're evil or demonic or whatever it's called. My friends Maria and Heather and I are going to be talking about that together shortly, and so you can check out that video podcast when it comes out. But today I just wanted to talk about Doreen Virtue in general. So Doreen is getting a lot of hate in the community because of the way that she has kind of turned her back. Not even kind of, she literally has turned her back on the community and thrown us in the pit of sulfur. She used to be, if you're not familiar with Doreen Virtue, she used to be this huge non-stop source for oracle decks and angel accessories and different online and in-person workshops and metaphysical courses. She was really into the Ascended Masters. She was very into angels, unicorns, and fairies. And she dabbled a little bit in the different gods and goddesses and other concepts, but not so much as those ones. From her bio, it says that she grew up in a New Age family, but that she was also Christian, so kind of a Christian mystical kind of background. And in, I guess, April of 2017, she released a video. She's been at this for, decades. And in April of 2017, she released a video saying, it was like this 3-hour long rant, saying how she had converted to Christianity and that she realized that all these many years she had been manipulated by the devil and demons. Everything that she had taught and sold and told people was lies, a heresy, and would take them to damnation, and that we were all going to hell, and everybody else who practiced those things was encouraging the same. She ended up deleting the video, but you can find bits and pieces of it floating around the internet still, and a lot of people's very angry opinions. At the time, I kind of thought it was funny. I'm a bitter bitch. What can I say? Doreen, I appreciated her work in the community, but when she got really popular, I had already been in the game for 20 years, and she, for me, was a bit light. And I mean light, like surface light, like she didn't delve deep into the hardcore work. She stayed very love and light on the positive side of things, but I thought she was really good for people who were just starting to explore the New Age spirituality and metaphysical movements, and her decks were so beautiful and appealing that they really were a good way for people to start exploring their own personal spirituality without having to dive into heavy witchcraft or things that might seem more foreboding or intimidating. So she had her place in the community for sure, and she did a lot of good work. But when she turned her back on everything, I did think it was kind of funny, and like I said, I'm kind of a bitter bitch. But as things have progressed over the years, a lot more information has come out, and there have been real issues with what she's been saying and doing, and that it makes me really sad. And for the most part, who I'm really sad for are the people who believed in Doreen Virtue, who ascribed to her teachings and her practices. Part of the reason I had thought it was so funny is because in the community at the time, we were having a lot of fiery debates about the validity of certification courses and whether or not they were of value, whether or not they helped or hurt your reputation, or if they even mattered at all, and those kinds of things. And so many people had certifications from Doreen Virtue's courses, and when she turned around and said she no longer supported what she had been teaching, those certifications became worthless. They became absolutely meaningless, and they had no value. I mean, if the person who trained you turns around and said everything she taught you was false, and no longer supports them and loses her reputation in the community, what are you going to do with that piece of paper now? So for me, it was point proven, you know? But now the things that she's gone on to say, and with this A to Z list, it's just been so sad. And in doing the research for this podcast that Maria and Heather and I are going to be doing, so check out the link when we get that done, I've been really frustrated to hear that even after she announced her conversion and her denouncement of New Age spirituality and metaphysics, she continued to do workshops, and she allowed her materials that she had worked on with Hay House previously to that to continue to be published, and they continue to sell them. And even though she says in her videos and her blogs, don't buy them, they're still out there. And that she continued doing workshops is really painful. And I understand that there are things in the world called contracts. And she does say that in her posts on her blog, that there are contracts, and she can't do anything about stuff because there are contracts, and there's no way for her to get out of them. And for one, if you guys out there get good deals with publishing companies, do retain control over your intellectual property so you don't end up in a position like that where somebody else controls what you made and you don't. And for two, if you believe that my soul is at stake over something that you made, break your contract, okay? And it's hard for me to believe that Doreen genuinely believes that my soul is going to be at stake for doing oracle readings with a unicorn-based deck that she created, if she's not willing to break her contract to save all of us. All the people out there who innocently bought the material that she created, supposedly, in her version of reality. And that, to me, is very disingenuous. Contract is just money. And if she's not willing to give up some money to save souls that she herself endangered, I have to wonder how sincere she really is. Anyway, I have a lot more to say on the topic, especially that post that came out. So when we get that podcast taken care of, I will put the link in here and y'all can check it out. So yeah, that's where I feel things are at with Doreen. I mean, I don't have a problem with Christians. I think they're fabulous folks, except the ones who aren't. I have no problem with other pagans. I have no problem with Hindus. I have no problem with Buddhists. I love my religious brethren for the most part, but every now and then an individual practitioner just rubs me the wrong way. And so I hope you understand how I'm looking at the situation, and you don't have to agree with me, but just kind of think about how people match their words to their actions. This is Nathar at CrowSong Lodge, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.